Hello students. In the last lecture, we have done the potential energy difference, that was delta U. And the first point was that this work done does not depend on the path followed, but it depends on the initial and the final position, and therefore the Coulombian or electric force is a conservative force. So this is the last time we have done the potential energy difference. Now today we will see what is the potential energy, and it will also be the second important point. We will make a small change in this equation to understand the electric potential. So let us move to the new physical quantity, which will be called the electrostatic potential energy. This was a potential energy difference. Now see the diagram. We have moved a Q charge. Q was our test charge, capital Q was our source charge. So the Q charge was moved from point R to P, and the work was done against the electric field in such a way that a velocity remains constant or acceleration is zero. And this work done give rise to the electrostatic potential energy difference. Now the second point, first point was this work done depend only on the initial and the final position and not on the path followed. And the second point is that in physics the potential difference or potential energy difference, any difference play an important role as compared to the absolute value. For example, the water is stored in the dam at some height. Only if it is allowed to fall from some height, its potential energy is converted into the kinetic energy, and that energy is used to rotate the turbines of the generator and which generate the electricity. So height difference is required. Suppose we have a water which is on the ground. So on earth there is 70% of the water on the ground, but it is of no use till it is raised to some height. Now when the height difference is created, the conversion of the energy take place from one form to the another. Similarly, in thermodynamics, if we have a one body in an isolated system means the atmosphere pressure, temperature does not change. Now suppose this body is at 100 degrees centigrade. Now this body having 100 degrees centigrade has no use unless and until another body is kept in contact with it, which is at room temperature or initial situation where it does not have let us take it is a room temperature 30 degrees centigrade. Now the transfer of the energy will take place from one body to the another. Similarly, the height difference, temperature difference, or potential energy difference or potential difference, that will play an important role as compared to the absolute value. Now we know that in electricity we have two terminals. Say if I take a cell, I have one positive terminal and one is negative terminal. In our house also we have a two wire, the red wire which is a live wire and the black wire. Now this create a potential difference. You cannot lit a bulb with the help of one wire. So one should be high potential, one should be a low potential, and then only if I connect a bulb here, this chemical energy of the cell is converted into the light energy or electrical energy. So see, again the difference is important. Both the live wires will not be used. So one is at high potential, other is at low potential. Similarly, this potential energy difference is important, the absolute value does not play an important role. So second point is electric potential difference, electric potential energy difference play significant role in our physics. Instead of absolute value of potential energy. Absolute value of potential energy means a single potential energy, say UP or only UR. Now for convenience, here we have taken R as the initial position, P as a final position. This is the range up to which an electric field exists. The field was spherical. Dotted line indicate that you are outside the field. So, if you are outside the field, no work is required to be done from this point to this point. Outside the field, electric field is outside the field. The resultant electric field intensity is zero. The source has nothing to do, or its effect is not prevailing. So if I move a charge Q, say from point S to point X, there is no electric field. So no work is done against the electric field. And when no work is done against the field, no energy is stored. It is similar to the situation where you are winding the clock, toy, which have no spring inside it. खिलौने में अंदर स्प्रिंग ही नहीं है तो चाबी देने का कोई मतलब नहीं है. So you may be spending your energy. I may spend energy from moving a charge Q from S to X, but that energy is not stored in a body. You cannot retrieve that body. तो खिलौने में स्प्रिंग ही नहीं है और तुम चाबी मार के जमीन पे रखोगे तो खिलौना चलने वाला नहीं है. So all the points outside the field is referred as infinite. So infinite means outside the field. Now if I fix a initial point, our calculation in many cases becomes easier. So we need a potential energy difference. One should be high, one should be low. But the initial position for our convenience is fixed, and that position is called infinite. So infinite means just outside the field. Now if I am at infinite distance instead of R, I am outside the field. Then KQQ upon 1 upon infinite. The distance of point R is suppose here. So 1 upon infinite will become 0. So in this equation number 1, for our convenience, the initial position is assumed where potential energy is 0, and that position is at infinity. So for our convenience, we have fixed the initial position in physics, and that is infinite. We will discuss more about it when we will see the potential difference or high potential and low potential, like that. What is the significance of fixing this infinite point? For the time being, we have fixed the initial position where the potential energy is 0, and that will be at infinite outside the field. So if I take this infinite point, means outside the field, not necessarily this, outside the field will be referred as infinite because the electric field is 0 at this point. Now I will write this equation, work done from infinite to P. Now I will bring Q charge, small q charge, from outside to the point P. Now in this situation, it will become K Q Q 1 upon Rp minus 1 upon infinite. So limit becomes from infinite to p. Infinite means outside. 1 upon infinite is 0. So it becomes KQQ upon R. Now this equation 2 is nothing but it is called the potential energy at point P. It means the work required to be done against the electric field having equal magnitude of the external force. So we have to apply the external force, but our external force is equal to the electric force in magnitude but opposite in direction. So we change the definition now. The work required to be done, same definition which we did in the last lecture, work required to be done by external force, and within bracket we mentioned the external force should be equal in magnitude and opposite in direction to the electric force, that was minus Fe. In moving charge Q, now the movement should be without accelerating. In moving a charge Q from infinite, means outside the field, to a point P is called the potential energy at that point. So now this will not give a rise to the potential energy difference. The potential energy difference arises when the 2 points are within the field, and if you are moving from outside inside the field, it means a potential energy. So if I say what is the potential energy of charge, so the definition should be the work required to be done by external force equal and opposite to the electric force in moving without accelerating a charge Q from outside, means from infinity to a point inside the field. Now here the point P is arbitrary. You can come to any point inside the field. The more you come closer to the source, the more the energy will be stored in that charge. It is clear that instead of point P, I have to move at a point P dash. I have to move near the source. I have to spend more energy. So this energy is neither created nor destroyed. It will be stored in the charge Q. It will be called potential energy of a charge Q. So if I have to wind one turn only of a key, then the potential energy stored will be less. Uski jagah, if I make 3-4 turns, the spring will be more compressed and more potential energy will be stored, and in result I will get more kinetic energy, or the toy will move to a large distance. So this is how, if I bring any charge from infinity to R, less amount of work has to be done. Infinity to P, more amount of work has to be done. Infinity to P dash, more and more amount of work has to be done. It will be called the potential energy of that particular charge, or the energy stored in that charge. Now if I leave this charge Q at this point P dash, so it will be thrown out from the electric field, or it will be thrown out from the range. So I will retrieve that energy in the coming chapters. So first I will do the work, then I will retrieve that work, but in some another form. I am doing the work, that is a mechanical work. It is stored in the form of potential energy. Then I can retrieve it in different forms. Energy is never obtained free of cost. You have to first spend the energy, it will be stored, it will be retrieved back. Free में energy नहीं मिलती है. If you are using the electricity, you are paying the bill for it. So in physics, the energy is not free. First you have to do some work, that work will be stored, and the work will be retrieved back, and the form of the energy will change. So now we have two definitions. One is, this is called potential energy difference. This is called potential energy difference, where the 2 points are within the field. And this is simply called potential energy or electric potential energy. So I am not writing the definition again. In the previous definition, what we have written the definition for this. Here the work was done to move a charge q from point R to P. Now I am again saying this definition. If I want to define what is the potential energy of a charge at any point. Now here P is an arbitrary point. You can take any point. Now you depend only on the final position. So it is inversely proportional to the distance. The more you are near to the source, the more will be the potential energy stored, because you have to spend more energy. You are moving against the field. So we are moving against the field. So what is the definition? The potential energy at any point is the work required to be done by external force in the direction opposite to the electric field, and the magnitude should be same as that of electric force. In moving a charge without accelerating, in moving a charge from infinity to a particular point in the field is called electric potential energy at that point. So I made only one change. Outside to any point, it is potential energy. Within the field we have a 2 points, it gives rise to potential energy difference. The potential energy difference play a significant role as compared to this absolute value. Still, because it depends on initial and final position, for our convenience, we have fixed the initial position to be infinite. So work has to be done in bringing a charge q from infinity to that point. So at infinity, the potential energy is 0. That is for our convenience. If the infinity is not given, then you have to decide the reference for the potential energy. For example, our surface is considered to be a reference. So whatever height we move up, we will measure it from the surface of the earth. We assume the potential, but actually the distance should be measured from the center of the earth. So if I move 5 km from the surface of the earth, actually I have to measure the distance from the center of earth. So the total distance or total height will be RE, that is the radius of the earth, 6400 km, plus whatever height you have moved up while using the potential energy. But you have to fix the initial position. So you may take, because we all are on the surface of the earth, we fix the initial position to be the surface of the earth. So here the initial situation or initial position is assumed to be outside the field. So this is the difference between the potential energy and potential energy difference. So these are two different quantities. Now let us see the second concept, electric potential difference. The first concept that has a subpart 1 was potential energy difference, and second was only the potential energy of charge Q. Now there is a small changes we are going to make. Electric potential difference. So let us write the formula for potential energy difference. The potential energy difference was the work done to move a charge Q from point R to point P, and this gives rise to K Q Q 1 upon final minus 1 upon initial. The first portion of this chapter, electrostatic potential, revolve around the 4 topics only. These were the 2 topics. Now we have another topic, electric potential difference and only potential, electric potential. So similar, we have to make a small change. Now clearly this work done depend on charge Q. That is, suppose the source is 1 coulomb. Source is 1 coulomb. Now, instead of bringing this small Q charge, I bring a test charge. And as you remember, the test charge should be as small as possible and its value is equal to the charge on a proton. So our test charge in chapter 1 was a proton. So here suppose the source is 1 coulomb and I bring 1 microcoulomb from point R to point P. Instead of that, we define a new physical quantity where 1 coulomb of charge is brought from one point to the another. For example, if I need 5 joule of energy to raise 1 kg body to a height 1 meter, I need 5 joule of energy to raise a body of 1 kg at height of 5 meter. So if the body is 2 kg and I have to raise it to the same height, say 5 meter, then I have to spend double energy. If it is 3 kg, 3 times the initial. So that was joule per kg. That was joule per kg and it was known as gravitational potential. Now instead of Q charge, I divide this work done in per charge. Per charge means 1 coulomb लाने का खर्चा. So if I know how much energy I have to spend to bring 1 coulomb of charge or 1 unit of charge, now whatever amount of charge you bring, you multiply it by this because work is directly proportional to Q. So if I divide this work done by our test charge or charge Q, that is work done from R to P divided by Q, where Q is generally a unit positive charge. Q is generally a unit positive charge. We take it 1 unit. So the SI unit will become joule per coulomb. Now see, 1 I write joule per coulomb, I say 5 joule per coulomb. It means 5 joule of energy has to be spent in moving a 1 coulomb of charge from R to P. Now if I have to bring 2 coulomb, then I have to spend 10 joule. If I have to bring 3 coulomb, I have to spend 15 joule. So instead of this potential energy difference, we define electric potential difference for 1 coulomb. We divide that work in per coulomb. And whatever coulomb you bring from one point to another, we should multiply it, then you will get a energy. So WRP upon Q, we assume this to be a unit positive charge. We assume it value to be 1 unit or 1 coulomb say. Then it will be read as work done to move a unit positive charge from point R to P in the field against the field. Similar to our definition of electric field intensity, if you remember, it was force upon charge, Newton per coulomb. So to move 1 coulomb of charge, how much force you should apply? That was electric field intensity. And it was defined as the Coulombian force acting on a unit positive charge. That was a force acting on a unit positive charge placed in the electric field of the source charge. Intensity किसकी होती थी? Source charge. And when we place a test charge, that test charge will not remain steady there. It will be attracted or repelled. So I have to apply that force. whatever force I apply to keep it steady in that field, that was a electric field intensity. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी ताकत किसकी होती थी? सोर्स की. और टेस्ट चार्ज का मूवमेंट करवाना है या उसको स्टेडी रखना है तो हाउ मच फोर्स यू शुड अप्लाई. सेम वे नाउ आई हैव टू ब्रिंग ओनली 1 कूलम ऑफ चार्ज फ्रॉम पॉइंट आर टू पॉइंट पी. So if I bring 1 coulomb of charge from point R to P, now both the points are within the field, so it will be called electric potential difference. So this is nothing but electric potential difference. It will give rise to a new physical quantity which is called electric potential difference, and it should be read as the work done to move a unit positive charge from point R to point P against the electric field. So now this becomes K Q 1 upon Rp minus 1 upon R. Now this is defined as, now this is work done, so it will be defined as delta V. And it will be read as electric potential difference. And now this becomes, if I open the bracket, Vp minus VR, final potential minus initial potential. Here WRP upon Q is equal to delta V. So what is the electric potential difference? Again the same definition, but now instead of charge Q, we call it a unit positive charge, 1 coulomb. See, SI unit of delta V. So it becomes joule per coulomb. Now joule dimensional formula, you know, the coulomb dimensional formula is known. Dimensional formula is left as an exercise. So it is the work required to be done to bring a unit positive charge. We call it a unit positive charge or 1 coulomb charge from point R to P, and it will give rise to the potential difference. Now Vp, so Vp will become Kq upon Rp and VR becomes Kq upon Rr, or the position of a point R. This equation can also be written as, if you remember, this R2P was also written as delta U. Now, instead of this, I write WRP upon Q is equal to delta V, that we have defined. Now this is your delta U. So delta U upon Q is equal to delta V, and therefore delta U is equal to Q into delta V. Now check the dimension formula. This is joule per coulomb multiply by coulomb. Coulomb cancelled, so you get a joule. So what is this? This is joule per coulomb. Say 5 joule per coulomb. So 1 coulomb चार्ज को एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट ले जाने का खर्चा 5 जूल. Now if you say instead of 1 coulomb I moved 2 coulomb of charges, so you multiply it by 2. If you move 3 coulomb, then 3 times the per coulomb charge, so it becomes 15, 20 like this. So it is easy to find out the thing for 1 coulomb. So if we go to a market, if you ask a price, what is the price of a sugar, that person will say 40 rupees per kg. So that per kg means per coulomb here. Now if you need 5 kg, you multiply that 40 by 5, so that we have multiplied. So instead of dealing with potential energy difference, we will generally find out how much energy is spent to move 1 coulomb of charge from one point to the another, and that will give rise to a new physical quantity which is called electric potential difference. So what necessary change we have made, it is per coulomb, which will be referred as the work done to move a unit positive charge, because 1 unit is taken to be a 1 coulomb. So we wind up all this equation. So after these two concepts, now we have delta V. Now this delta V will be written as final potential minus initial potential, that is the potential difference. This will be equal to work done from R to P, where Q is equal to 1 unit. So generally we write in word work done to move a unit positive charge. So if I write in a word, I will not write Q here, otherwise it is work done per unit charge, equal to, this will give KQ 1 upon final minus 1 upon initial. So this is one relation, and delta U can be written as Q into delta V, and this can be written as Q Vp minus Vr. This can be written as UP minus UR. So see how the equations are linked. So delta V is nothing but joule per coulomb. Joule per coulomb. So if I move 10 coulomb, multiply that delta V by 10. If I move 5 coulomb, multiply by 5. So delta V is electric potential difference, and it is work done to move a unit positive charge. So that you check this definition, same definition we are repeating and changing the few words. For this definition, 2 points were R and P. If one point becomes infinite, that is the initial point R becomes infinite, so definition becomes the potential energy. Now if I need to define this, again I will write the same definition. Work required to be done by external force bracket equal and opposite to electric force in moving. Again the movement should be without acceleration, so without accelerating, so work required to be done by external force in moving. Now here a unit positive charge, a unit positive charge, that is 1 coulomb. So here we have written charge Q, in moving a charge Q from one point to another. Here we have a word in moving a unit positive charge from one point to another point in electric field is called electric potential difference. So that is this word we have added. Instead of Q charge, we now have a unit positive charge. So potential energy difference is equivalent to electric potential difference if instead of charge Q I take 1 coulomb of charge, or I take I call it a unit positive charge. Now what is potential energy of a charge? Now in potential energy of charge, we brought charge Q from infinity to the particular point. Now instead of Q charge, I will bring unit positive charge from infinity. So the next concept, equivalent to this is our first part for potential. Now we have only electric potential. Now whenever there is a difference, the 2 points are in the field. And when we have only potential energy or potential, the other point for our convenience is taken as infinity. So now what is potential at point P? So it will be written as work done from infinity to point P divided by Q. That is unit positive charge. And this will become KQ. Now initial position is infinite. So KQ upon RP. And in the terms of U, this is our U divided by Q. So if you remember this formula, UP, it is KQQ. So divided by Q. So again that is UP is equal to Q into VP. एक कूलम लाने का खर्चा, तो that is called electric potential at that point. So एक कूलम लाए बाहर से अंदर, बाहर मतलब इंफिनिटी से अंदर, तो VP. Q लेके आए 1 कूलम की जगह तुम बोलो 2 कूलम लाए बाहर से अंदर, तो पोटेंशियल एनर्जी. This is the simple. So if I move Q charge, now there are 4 topic. First is move a charge Q from one point to another in the field. So it will give rise to potential energy difference. Move a charge Q from outside to inside, मतलब infinity to a point in the field. It will give you the potential energy of the charge Q. Q लेके आने का खर्चा. अब मैं बोलूं नहीं, Q नहीं लाना है, पर केजी पर कूलम ढूंढ डालो. फिर जितना लाना है उतना तो डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन में है, बिकॉज इन दिस फॉर्मूला यू हैव सीन द वर्क डन इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू स्मॉल क्यू. अब मैं बोलूं भाई 1 कूलम लेके आओ बाहर से अंदर, तो ओनली इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल. सो 1 कूलम लाने का खर्चा, पोटेंशियल का यूनिट और पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस का यूनिट इज जूल पर कूलम. दिस इज द एनर्जी दैट इज जूल. सो 1 कूलम लाने का खर्चा बाहर से अंदर. अब तुम बोलो नहीं मैं तो 2 कूलम लाऊंगा, तो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2, 3 कूलम, 3 times energy you spend, so you will get a energy that is joule. You move a 1 coulomb charge from one point to another in the field against the field, so it will give rise to the potential difference, that will be high potential minus low potential. So what will be the definition of electric potential? It is simply the work required to be done, again same definition, work required to be done by external force within bracket opposite to electric force in moving without accelerating, in moving what? A unit positive charge, 1 coulomb. कहाँ? From infinity to a point in the field. बाहर से अंदर 1 coulomb potential, Q coulomb potential energy. Within the 2 points are within the field, Q लेके घूम रहे हो within the field, potential energy difference. 1 coulomb लेके घूम रहे हो, electric potential difference. So this is per coulomb and Q coulomb. These are the 4 different definition of the first part. And then now we will find out what is the potential of a dipole, axial point, equatorial point. So similar to chapter 1, we will find out. There we found the electric field intensity. Here we will find potential or potential energy. वहां पे the charges were kept at rest. So how much force you apply, that was the electric field intensity, 5 Newton per coulomb. Here you have to do the work. In this chapter you have to do the work to move a charge Q or to move 1 coulomb of charge against the field, and whatever energy you will spend, that will be stored and it will be retrieved back in some another form that we will see in chapter 3 also how the energy will be retrieved with the help of this potential difference. So this is the first part of the chapter. Now we will take a specific examples. What will be the potential when there is one source charge, when there are multiple charges, that is the system of charges, like we applied the superposition principle. Then we have a dipole. So अगर dipole है तो एक कूलम को बाहर से अंदर लाने का खर्चा, क्योंकि पोटेंशियल ढूंढना है, पोटेंशियल मतलब बाहर से अंदर लाना है एक कूलम. अब dipole is a source. Here we have taken a single source, point charge. Dipole will be the source. फिर लाना है तो कहाँ लाना है, उसके एक्सेल पॉइंट पे रखना है या इक्वेटोरियल पे, because as I move near to the source, the potential energy or potential will increase. So all this will be the use of all this four equation. So we wind up our lecture today. Have a good day.